Are you really better now?
Stop asking all the time. I'm not staying in the wagon. I've been in there for days. And those pale men stopped chasing us a while ago.
All right, but we'll have to talk about your magic at some point.
Look! A human!
What am I doing here?
Так, что у нас тут есть? Ставня, искусство вороньего глаза, механизм, штормовой колокол, а вот ворон. Я так понимаю, наш знакомый. И можно в вагончик сходить. Ну, давай сходим, посмотрим. Ох.
Ой, а что все так разбито?
Я не знаю.
Не понял.
Строили тут бардак. Выпивали, я смотрю.
Выпивали,
погуляли хорошо.
Never again will the puppeteer tell this story, and that's my fault. Maybe I really am a bad luck charm.
Нет, на правда, смотри, шторка какая задранная вся. Вот лет 50 прошло тут.
О, поводья забрал.
Барабанная палочка. Бутылка.
Зачем нам бутылка? Ну ладно.
Непонятно с этими марионетками.
Queen of the Winds has once again defeated the King of the Imps and his wicked brother.
Игралась, короче. Я так понимаю. А, и все не светится, смотри-ка.
Да, светится,
но светится.
Как одна. Посох с бубенцами. Оп.
А там еще что-то.
Ага, сейчас. Крышка.
Я беру все подряд.
Молодец. Чем больше возьмешь, тем больше пригодится. Вот волынку бери еще. Все вроде, да?
Ну, да, видимо, все захапали.
Вагончик вообще никакой.
Ага. Что, пообщаться теперь со всеми надо?
Ну, да.
Видимо.
Давай посмотрим, кто это.
Hail Rondra, Sir Knight. Could you kindly tell us where we are?
This is the Thash mountain range.
Thash? So the blood barrier is not far off?
It is but a short distance for a travelling knight. For a farm boy and a maiden, it might prove quite a journey.
I am no farmer.
My maiden, you should seek protection from a proper man in these dangerous surroundings.
What kind of a man?
I am Bogomil Wrathling, Knight of Andергаст. At your service, fair maiden.
I am Nuri. This is my friend Gheron.
Nuri it is. What an extraordinary name.
Гад какой.
What business does a knight of Андергаст have in the Thash Mountains?
The king put me in charge of observing the orc tribes of the Blood Barrier.
You have travelled through the Blood Barrier?
Of course, but now I have to return to Андергаст. There has been some unrest amongst the Tolokai. I have to report to King Eferdan immediately.
We need some gear. A rope, blankets, provisions, everything that can be of use.
Usually you can get those things from Graham, but the old pighead hides in his house and doesn't make a sound. I wouldn't trust that cutthroat anyway. Do you hear that, Graham? You are a cutthroat.
Слышал, да, тут орки есть.
Ага.
Did you run into an explorer in the Blood Barrier near a red lake?
Red Lake? No, but if he came from the south, he must have been through here.
Why does this Graham hide anyway?
The stupid ox won't admit that I am right.
Right?
Right. He refuses to pay the dues he owes me.
What dues?
He's responsible for the death of my horse. Gave him spoiled fodder, so he died miserably. I'm in a hurry, but by foot alone I won't get far.
То есть мы ему продать можем.
Ну, я думаю, что да, есть смысл.
Why don't you buy this horse and carriage from us?
What use is a carney's trailer to me? But you can leave me your hack. What are you asking for it?
I'm not really sure.
Make up your mind about the price. Then I'll tell you mine.
Ха-ха-ха.
Понятно.
Rondra be with you, Sir Knight.
And with you.
Откуда я знаю, сколько нужно?
Ну, видимо, надо просто прицениться, что нам нужно купить.
Угу.
И...
Это сюда он говорил?
Futile, my boy. That's a dwarf's job.
Гномы.
А если так?
If I only had any useful skills.
Никак. Палка с бубенчиками. Постучаться.
Ну, на самом деле, как вариант.
Сейчас так с ней можно поговорить.
Listen.
Я, кстати, у цыганки с ней не поговорила, по-моему. А, нет, говорила.
Говорили, да.
How are you doing?
I am sad that Isida is gone. I hope these terrors will come to an end soon.
That's why we're looking for the fairy scholar, to prevent worse things from happening. What kind of magic was that you saved us with?
That was the power of the moonlight. It is like fire to the sad fairies. It burns them.
Печальные феи. Фига себе. Феи.
What do you mean, sad fairies?
I felt that they once were just like me.
And now they are sad?
Sure. If fairies lose their command over magic, they don't die but get consumed by darkness instead. Then they're sad and will never be able to laugh again.
To me, they seemed like mean fiends who have Isida's blood on their hands.
They're sad nonetheless. Believe me.
Your magic is fatal, even for you, isn't it? You almost got burned by it yourself.
I didn't want you to die.
Thank you, Nuri.
What are we going to do now?
Why do those mean fairies serve the seer?
You must have put a spell on them. And please stop talking about this subject. It's making me sad.
Так.
We need some gear before we can move on.
That's all right. I can do with a little rest.
Very well.
Понятно.
Let's carry on later.
Короче, добывай все сам, я отдохну. Окей.
Механизм.
Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
А, вот ворон еще, с ним поболтать можно.
Raven, after being a good scout for us these last few days, Nuri has asked me to be nicer to you.
What do you think? Will you be able to do that?
I'll try. How about you?
We'll see.
We were able to escape the seer's creatures and have come a long way. Fate might smile on us favorably. Now we're back in charge.
Well. Fate. What do you think that is? Fate.
The will of the gods.
And you think you can bend the will of the gods to fit your agenda?
А чё бы нет-то, да?
Every man follows his destiny. It's something the gods let us pursue.
What's your destiny, then?
At least it's not being a cursed bad luck charmer. I'm responsible for the pursuit of my own happiness.
Don't you fear the prophecy? What if your doom is inevitable?
My future hasn't been decided yet.
No one ever escapes from Satinav's boundless gaze.
Новости о существах.
Have you seen if those demons are still following us?
Didn't you shake them off?
I think I did. I could be wrong, though. They are mighty creatures of the seer.
I didn't see anyone following us on my scouting flights.
Good.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Don't start raining on my parade. Nuri thinks that the seer's creatures were wicked fairies. How come he's got such a strong relation to fairies?
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Does he plan to make her a wicked fairy as well?
Possibly.
Satinav.
Tell me more about Satinav.
He's known by many names. The 13-horned, the irresistible, the helmsman of the barge of time. He once was a mighty magician, or even a demigod. The gods chained him to the barge of time, because he tried to be the master over his own future.
They say the gods don't like people to determine their own fate.
Like Satinav, we mortals are chained to time.
In that case, I will have to break those chains.
Наглый.
I'll have a further look around.
Цепи, Сатинава.
Так, а как это, да? Высоко вроде, да?
Why must everything always be out of reach?
А разбить нельзя случайно? Хотя смысл не вижу особо. Но вдруг...
Not a single berry is falling down, as always.
Там вон пройти можно куда-то еще. Возможно, там подход есть.
А я про колокол хотела спросить. Ты осматривала его?
Еще нет, не осматривала.
Может, что рассказать? Расскажет отдельного.
The link between the wheels is missing. It's also impossible to move the wheel. Someone has removed the crank handle.
Рукоятка нужна.
There are engravings on the bell. A lone dwarf in battle with a pack of orcs.
У меня просто мысль была, что может быть как раз погреметь им. Этот вылезет, торговец. Только вот надо, короче...
Давай пойдем осмотримся там еще.
Пошли.
А.
I don't have the slightest idea where
То
this
есть
red
мы
lake
уйти не
is.
можем отсюда.
Besides, without any proper gear, we won't last 2
Понятно.
days in the blood
Снаряжение
barrier.
нужно добыть.
А я думала, это туда подход.
А
Он не проходит вообще никак. А как тогда ягоды эти? А, тут не ягоды. Тут
может, они
ягод
тебе не
нет.
нужны вообще. Ну,
Ягод
хотя зачем-то
нет.
это надо, конечно.
Так. Крышка. Рычаг. Посох. Барабанная палочка.
Я так понимаю, вот механизм, да.
That's much too frail to use as a crank.
Так, не подходит.
О, как.
А так.
Fits exactly. Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Strange
А, то есть еще
contraption.
что-то
The owner of the
нужно?
yard doesn't seem to be
Ну,
satisfied with a
намекает на
simple
веревку.
pull rope.
Я вот тоже думаю. Я так понимаю, вот здесь еще связать надо.
Да, да, да. Ага. Во.
Ну-ка, выходи. Опа.
Murder! The orcs are attacking! What are you lot still doing here? Scram before the black furs get here.
Seems like you've been fooled, Sir Dwarf. The boy has sounded the bell. There are no orcs attacking.
What? What's going on in your wooden head, boy? Sounds the alarm without good cause and forces an honest dwarf out of his warm and comfy chair. I can't believe it.
I just wanted to... You didn't answer the door, sir.
Well, forget it. But you can cut out the formal hogwash while we're at it. Who are you, anyway?
I am Gheron of Andергаст.
From Андергаст? Just like this one there? Very well, then. My name is Gram, Grandoline's son. And this is Gram's open house.
Open house? Pfft.
What do you want, Gheron of Андергаст?
Открытый дом.
Ага.
Давай, ну, снаряжение.
Давай.
We need gear and provisions for our journey. That means a good length of rope, blankets, water...
Very well. That'll be 1 ducat, please.
What? That's much too expensive.
By Fex and Angrosh, what did you expect? Do you think this stuff grows under the rocks around here? Too expensive? I can't believe it.
But...
You can ask again as soon as you have some money.
1 дукат, да?
Да.
Так, а если я... Так, спор. О чем спор-то вообще был?
What kind of argument do you and the knight have anyway?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The knight says you poisoned his horse.
Why, that's what he did.
Shut your face, Raffling!
Bah!
Настаивать, не вмешиваться. Ну, пожалуйста, расскажите.
So the knight is lying.
Listen, human. I don't think this is any of your business, so...
All right, all right.
Злюка какая.
We're looking for a wise man who is said to be in the blood barrier at the moment, near a red lake.
One of those weirdos, eh? I remember one of them coming through here. Wanted to buy all sorts of stuff from me. Lots of obscure rubbish.
Do you know exactly where I can find him?
Yes. I'll tell you if you can offer me something in exchange. You rub my back, I rub yours. Understand?
There you have it, my boy.
Барыга.
The dwarf is a cutthroat.
Will you bugger off and take care of your swine?
Так. Настаивать или сразу давать чего-нибудь?
Ну, я думаю, можно понастаивать. Чем жалко, что ли,
Where is the
рассказать?
fairy scholar, pray tell?
Do you have anything nice to offer me in exchange? In that case, I have no idea where the chap is.
Ну и жопа.
Угу.
Так. Предложить лошади повозку.
Мы лошадь этому обещали. Выбор. Хотя не знаю, как, конечно, вернется.
Обещали мы только для того, чтобы нам деньги были.
Ну, да.
Нам же нужны деньги на снаряжение. Давай посмотрим. Я думаю, этот гад зажмет денег.
Давай.
I'll sell you the horse and the trailer.
Nah, don't bother. I don't care much for hacks and what they drag around with them.
Ну ладно.
I'll leave you to it then.
Что, сам виноват.
Так, а что ему можно загнать?
Точно. Смотри, у нас всякого барахла.
Ну-ка расскажи ко мне, вот крышка тебе.
What's he supposed to do with this?
Нифига.
Какая разница, что делать? Отдай ему просто и все.
Ножик. Барабанная палочка. Смотри, какая нужная в хозяйстве
Do
вещь.
you want to swap this?
This piece of wood?
Жестяная бутылка.
Бутылка полезная штука в доме.
Да. Вот горшок пустой. Он предмет простой.
Да.
Никуда не денется.
I can offer you this beard tonic.
Why, but it's transparent. A black beard needs a blue luster. And for that, I already have my Jenner Creek Blue Shine beard dye.
Смотри, там в ставнях сверкает. О,
Ага.
перелить.
Hey, keep your paws off my Jenner Creek Blue Shine beard dye. Do you think my beard gets groomed by air and darkness alone?
You'd better leave the stuff to this dandy boy. It's his most beloved possession.
Как его отвлечь?
Gwynling would not approve.
Так, понятно.
Как-то отвлечь.
Не?
Foolish greatling! The honor of sounding the bell belongs to a dwarf of Sabarom's ancestry alone.
Ага.
Нервничает. Так. Вообще можно, да, или нет?
I'd better not.
Нет. А если вот...
I'll have to keep that away from her
Нет.
by all means.
Я думала, может, ей крышку с палочкой дать, чтобы она постучала, постояла.
You can keep that.
Ну, туда еще.
Foolish great! The honor of...
Я думала еще позвонить, он там что-нибудь новенькое начнет. Чихать он хотел.
Может, с рыцарем пока
Дукат?
поговорить.
За дукат?
За деньги, да.
Sir Knight Rathling.
What is it, my boy?
Так. Вот лошадь за 1 дукат.
I'll sell you the horse for 1 ducat.
Ты ж дурак, что ли?
That old nag isn't worth more than half a ducat. And that would be the deal of your life, my boy. So do we have a deal?
No, we need 1 ducat.
Well, my offer still stands.
Что за нури снаряжение?
Я не знаю. Лошадь за
I'll
дукат.
sell you the horse for 1 ducat.
That old nag,
Понятно.
and that would be... So do we have a deal?
No,
Нет.
we need 1 ducat.
Well, my offer still stands.
Так, ну давай посмотрим.
I guess we'll have to move on without any gear, Nuri.
But I thought we couldn't go on without.
To venture into the blood barrier with insufficient means, that would be foolish.
But we don't have any money, and you refuse to give us enough for the horse.
Bah!
А, то есть это показывает, что с ней поговорить. А, мы сейчас его это разведем.
Don't you want to help Nuri, good Sir Knight Rathling?
She's looking quite all right, so why would she need help from me?
Нури, блин.
Дурочка.
Ага.
Сейчас мы его на совесть будем давить.
The knight is right. We can't proceed further into the wild with nothing in our bags. I guess we're stranded for now.
No problem. I like it here. What are those trees over there?
If you feel all right, my girl, everything is just fine. But I can't stand to see fair maidens suffer.
I guess you'll have to look the other way then.
If we don't move along soon, the dark creatures will catch up with us.
I didn't think they were very dark. They were mainly sad.
They killed Isidore, and they almost got us too.
I thought they were a little bit like me.
No, I'm sure they weren't.
Сейчас
I
расплачется.
wonder what your friends at home are doing at the moment.
Why?
Well, they're all alone now, and they surely miss you.
All alone? Miss Greenbell. We have to go back and fetch them.
No, we can't go back now. Do you want to run directly into the creature's claws? We have to find the fairy scholar. He will help us, and then we can fetch Mrs. Greenbald and the rest.
Miss Greenbell.
Ну да, расстроил такой.
Don't you want to help Nuri, good Sir Knight Rathling?
Oh my.
What's wrong with her?
She's sad that we can't go on.
What can I do for you, Nuri?
Miss Greenbell.
How can I help?
Снаряжение.
Рыцарь купит снаряжение.
Can't you buy the gear for us from Graham? You'd get a horse and everybody would be...
By no means.
God.
I'll never do business with that old cheapskate again. He's not honestly asking a ducat for some gear. Bah.
Ну ладно. Давай дукат за лошадь.
Please help us out with 1 ducat, good Sir Knight. Half a ducat for the horse and half a ducat to make Nuri smile again.
Хитрый какой.
I think you've got me, my boy. No gold in the world is spent in vain if it makes beauty smile again. Here you go.
I thank you, good knight.
So we can travel soon?
Yes.
And Miss Greenbell won't have to wait much longer.
Yes, that's the spirit, my girl. Say, don't you want to stay with me after all?
Not on your life.
Ну ладно.
Так, у нас есть денежка.
И у нас нет лошади.
Here's the money for the gear.
Wonderful. Here's your stuff.
Гад такой.
It's exceptional quality. Good value, too.
I sure hope so, dwarf.
I'll give you some advice for free. When you go into the blood barrier, you'd better not burden yourself with too much stuff. You'll feel every ounce in your bones up in the mountains.
Yes, I know that.
Так, ох, сколько нам всего тут насували.
Ого.
Одеяло, бурдюк с водой, кремень и труд, веревка.
Что?
Теперь надо, значит, из этого что-то такое соорудить, чтобы вот это потребушить и вот это вот украсть.
Может, его вообще разбить ему назло? Флакон этот.
Cutting won't be of much help here.
Да-да-да, кстати.
А то он жопа такая.
Ага, случайно так сейчас.
И рыцарь можно. Хотя нет, рыцарь не надо, а рыцарь хороший. Оп.
What? No!
Нет.
By Angrosh and all the beard critters, my beautiful Jenna Creek Blueshine beard dye. Who did that?
Perhaps Angrosh himself has punished you for your vanity, Sir Dwarf.
What will my beard have to say to that?
А я не поторопилась тогда, продавая лошадь.
Ну, да не, я нормально думаю.
Smells like juniper berries.
Ягодами пахнет.
Smells like juniper berries.
А, я думала, осколки можно поднять.
How could that happen?
Whoever it was, my revenge will crush them.
Нас рядом даже не было.
Я бы предложил починить, но он же заметит.
О, кстати, да.
В смысле, да, он же заметит.
Ну, можно предложить ему починить, да?
Ага, у нас магия. Откуда? Он же запалит, короче.
Ну, можно... Вот еще что.
Where is the fairy scholar, pray tell?
Do you have anything nice to offer me in exchange?
Бутылку.
In that case, I have no idea where the chap is.
У него бутылка разбилась же.
Ну, бутылка, но краски-то у него нет. Зачем ему бутылка?
Еще сделает. Наверное. Жестяная. Не бьется.
Why, but it's transparent. A black beard needs a blue luster. And for that, I already have my Jenner Creek Blue Shine Beard Dye.
Может быть...
Уронил глаза. А что он там говорил? Что-то про ягоды?
Ну вот, можжевеловые.
It may not be beard dye, but the label is similar.
Не, а ты там куст, когда трясла, он что-то говорил, ягоды
ни одна не упала, да.
Может, еще раз попробовать?
Too obvious.
Слишком заметно.
А от кого мы прячемся-то?
Ну да, странно.
I'm out of ideas.
Oh.
It might have been a mistake to cut that up.
Опс.
Упс.
Опс.
А зачем?
Ну вот, взяла, все порезала.
Ну да.
Maybe. No.
Нет.
Maybe I shouldn't have cut it up after all.
Ну, я уже разрезала.
Not likely.
Продолжаешь пытаться что-то сделать с этим.
Ну да.
I'd better not.
Да.
Есть идеи?
Попробуй ягоды еще раз с куста потрясти. Как ты это делала? Вдруг что получится?
My arm is too short. Not a single berry is falling down, as always.
Вот.
Ну да, не получается.
I can do better than that.
А я думала, воткнуть.
Может, магией починить? Пузырек его.
Ну, я думала, ты же говоришь, он заметит.
Ну да, но у меня других мыслей нет.
Dwarves hate magic, and he won't get his beard dye back this way either.
Понятно.
Listen.
Я ухожу.
Let's carry on later.
Так.
Ну, явно что-то на ягодах замешано.
Надо ему сказать, что у тебя веревка плохая, порвалась. Я что-то сразу вспомнила, когда это Задорнов рассказывал про болт в суп кидал, там, или гайку.
Ага.
I want my money back. This rope can't take any weight.
Because some weedhead obviously cut it in half.
Блин.
Ха-ха. Гад какой.
It isn't gonna work this way.
Ты решила все снаряжение испортить, что ли?
И да, и пожаловаться.
Fire doesn't help here.
Ага.
А, пожар.
Ты думаешь, пожар, что ли, надо устроить?
Ну, повозка никому не нужна.
Ты цель нашу изначальную вспомни, зачем... Нам же нужно у него выведать информацию, а не спалить тут все и панику навести.
Fire should be used wisely.
Ага.
А тут больше поджигать нечего.
I'll only burn myself.
Я думала...
Maybe. No.
Поджечь и типа такой хоп-хоп-хоп, отвлечь, потом...
Ага.
Есть идеи?
Может, с вороном пообщаться? Может, что
думаешь,
полезного
подскажет?
скажет? Ну, может, он знает, где этот находится. Исследователь.
О, вороний глаз. Это тот куст как раз, который достать не
You see
можем.
the flower box at the dwarf's house up there?
I see him.
There are womberries in there. Can you fly up there and get me some?
Do you need a healing remedy? Are you injured?
Нет, я не ранен, чё?
Давай.
No, but they are great for wounds. We should be prepared for all possibilities on our journey.
All right, then.
Так. Теперь. Так?
Maybe I can mix my own blue beard tonic. I'll have to squeeze the berries somehow.
Выдавить. Так.
Now all I have to do is squeeze the berries.
Чем? Палочкой?
Ну, кстати, да.
Так.
О.
How do I fill it?
Так.
Good old Garatian Bluebeard dye.
О! Посмотри, чего у меня есть. Ха-ха-ха.
Смотри-ка.
Can you make use of this Garatian beard tonic? I'll give it to you for some information.
Let's see it. Garetian? I guess this will have to make do until I can get my hands on the real stuff again. So, what do you want to know?
Развели.
А почему?
Даже не знаю.
Where exactly has the scholar gone?
He babbled something about a cave to the north of a big orc statue, near a red lake. He couldn't wait to get there. His imp had made a mess of my whole shop.
Лепрекон.
When did the fairy scholar pass through here?
That must have been a month ago. Wanted to stay the winter in the blood barrier. I called him crazy. All his imp had for me was a dirty laugh.
How do we get to this cave?
First you travel north, through the Screech Owl Forest, or better yet, past Bloodthorn Hollow. Oh, never mind. I'll show you on the map.
Лепрекон.
What is an imp doing with a fairy scholar?
How the hell should I know? That was an unholy, uninhibited, nasty little imp. Ugly and mean. My shop still reeks of his foul mouth.
Why, thank you, Master Dwarf.
Сам такой добрый, добродушный просто гномище. Так, а крышка осталась. Какой целью?
Вытянуть ее, наверное.
А зачем нам барабанная палочка? Так. Я так понимаю, все, можно идти отсюда. Что у нас тут еще? Ворон.
Что-то светится.
А все же самое.
Может побеседовать с вороном еще раз? Как он?
Да, попробуем.
Интересно. Спасибо сказать.
А поблагодарить?
Raven?
Понятно.
I'll have a further look around.
Так, сейчас еще с ней поговорю.
Listen.
Так, здесь ничего
Let's
нет.
carry on later.
Хорошо, все получается. Погорцевали в горы. Сколько не берет. Ну-ка, еще хочу попробовать.
Починить? Или что-то?
Не. Думала палочкой осколки выгрести.
Come on, Nuri. Let's move on.
Come along, Raven.
Я же пробовала починить. Она сказала, что гномы магию не любят.
В гостях у орков.
The blood barrier. Most impassable of all mountain ranges. What in the name of all 12 gods had made the fairy scholar come here? There wasn't a single danger that didn't lurk here.
Нифига себе.
Угу.
Into what kind of barren land had he brought Nuri? The orcs called these mountains Gravish's Claws. And of all the black furs, the most horrible tribe called this its home. They took their captured prisoners to the caves of Orakar and hunted them to death. That's what was said of the bloodthirsty Zolochai. And the path led straight through their camp.